Hello everybody, Cindy here. I wanted to come on and share a haul with you. This is a thrift store haul. I've been still going to thrift stores, but I have been picking up books and stuff because I just love old books and I can't help myself. So I haven't done a haul video in a very long time, so I thought I would share one. I've really been into the homemade journals and junk journals and that kind of thing, so I had that in mind when I picked up these books. But I have to admit, if I find a book that is just really pretty in my eyes, I have to get it, even though I know that I won't be able to tear it apart. So I have a lot to show, so let's get started. Here are some. My favorite thrift store. I live in Oklahoma, and my kids were off school for almost 2 weeks because of the teacher strike. So I was kind of held up in the house with that. So I was really eager to get out when they went back to school to go to my favorite thrift stores. So that's what I did. So there's two of them that I love. And that's where I found, I think most of these books that I got. And the lady gave me a really good deal. I think I got them all for like $1 each. So in my eyes, here in Oklahoma, that is a smoking deal. So I got these in mind for making junk journals with them. I liked this group, because of the size. And they're old, so, and it really bothers me. They use those China grease pens to write on them the price, and it drives me nuts because I can't get it off. I use that Goo Gone, and I think that just leaves a dark spot, and I don't know if anybody who watches this knows a way of getting that off. Let me know. But I need to say something to them because that just ruins it. But anyways, okay, so I got this one. I need to get going because I have a lot to show. So bought this and plan on pulling this apart. The copyright on this one is 1947. There's no really graphics or anything in here, but I like the cover and the size of the book, so I got that one. And then there's this one, and again for the size, and it's the cloth cover, which I really like. This one is 1941. So I might try and read this. I do like to buy older books, Bible study kind of books, and I will use them in my Bible studies too, and I will use some of the words and stuff to put in my art journal that I make for Bible study, if that makes sense. Sorry if my words are not very good. Anyways, so got that. And then there's this one, The Discipline of the Methodist Church, and this is 1948, it says. And again, I loved the size. It's not a very big book, so I plan on using this to pull apart. And again, I will use the pages in journaling and stuff. So, and then they had a set, and I wish I would have bought more. And I thought I bought more than 2, but I thought I bought 4 of these, but I guess I only got 2. Again, the size is wonderful, and these are some encyclopedias. And normally the encyclopedias are big, but these are smaller ones, and that's what I liked, the size. And the cover, it's like a cloth cover, and they're in pretty good shape. There's a few images, but not a whole lot. But I will use these pages, so picked up 2 of those. And then this one I picked up because of the cover. I love the cover. And 3 came home. I read what this book is about, and it's like, oh my goodness, so heartbreaking. The lady who wrote it it's about her, I believe her, I don't know, I just briefly kind of went over it, as a prisoner of war, I believe. Quite heartbreaking, so I don't know. Anyways, bought that for making it. And then this is just a Reader's Digest, and I liked the color of it. And I have a ton of Reader's Digest books, but they are from my grandparents, and I have a hard time pulling those apart. So I wanted to pick up one that isn't from the family, that I have no problem pulling apart. So that's what I'm going to do with that. Liked the color. So that is those. And then picked up some of these. Like I said, I like to pick up some older studies, daily, what are these? Daily guideposts for the Bible, because I like to Bible study. So, and it's just fun having these older ones. So, oh, there's some notes in there. So anyways, I do plan on using this actually for Bible study. So, and then there was this one too that I will use for Bible study. And these I bought. I just recently found a channel, I think her name is Melissa, and she just started a YouTube, and it's Pink Paper Peppermints, and I'm loving her journaling, and she has great tips and everything, and I'll leave the link down to her channel down below. But and she's on Instagram also, and she's just very inspiring, and she likes to get these books and then she cuts out words like this. She would cut out and use in her Bible journaling, and so that's kind of what I bought this for, and this one. So, and then here's just another one. So, picked those up. Okay, picked this one up, which I just bought this because it's an old, gorgeous book. I don't plan on pulling this one apart. I have a bookcase in my home where I have a lot of really old books, and this one will go there. And I just like to look at them because they're pretty. And so this one is Impressions of Theodore Roosevelt, and the copyright on this is 1919. So this will go on that shelf, and maybe someday I will pull these apart and use them. Now, I have every intention of some of these older books that I can't pull apart, of some of the images, scanning the images and then using the images. So I like something like that. I love. So anyways, there's that one. And then, oh, I was so excited. These didn't have prices on them, and when I went up to pay, the lady just said, oh, I'll just give you all of them for $0.25 each. So I was really excited. This was all that they had left of this grouping. So gorgeous books. They're the World Book Encyclopedia, and the copyright on this is, gosh, I don't remember, 1943, not in frame. So these are just gorgeous books, and the images in here are just gorgeous. And so these, I'm terrible. Look at that. I want to pull them apart and use them. Oh, look at that. In junk journals. Oh, but I don't know. I might scan them and then use them because I just have a hard time pulling these beautiful books apart. I know I need to get over it, but I just love them. So anyways, there's those. And then I picked up a few cookbooks. This I thought was super fun. They're all the typewriter and then copied images of recipes, and I will use these in junk journals, so that's fun. And this one I thought was fun. Loved the images. And this I will pull apart. So, and then this one, I think I have another copy of this that's in better shape. So I'm plan on pulling this one apart and using, the spine isn't in great shape, but I will use the book covers, and I definitely plan on using this one for some junk journals. I just love these images. Huh, that's what we had for dinner last night. Spaghetti. So, I mean, how fun is that? Okay, so got that one. And then these are fun. This was a fun one. This one isn't real old, but it does have old articles. So this one I definitely will pull apart and use, and it's just all kind of newspaper clippings of history. So I don't know the copyright of this. It's not that old. 1976? No, it's 1978. 1978. So fun. That will be lots of fun. And then this one is a big book, and I really liked the idea of pulling these pages out and using them in junk journals. I thought the images were gorgeous. So this one I will use, probably after I look at it. I am such a book nerd. It's ridiculous. So, excited about that one. And then this one was super exciting. And here you go. Here's another China pen price. Ugh, so frustrating. Okay, let's get to an image. So this is an atlas. And super excited about that one. So I paid $1 for this. I mean, oh, look at that one. Oh, that's gorgeous. So plan on pulling apart this to use. Fun, fun, huh? I know there is a big group of ladies out there that love junk journaling and all these old books, so I am right there with you. So I found this one, and I love birds, so I couldn't leave this one behind. It has some great bird images in there. And I love drawing too, so I use these as references also sometimes for drawing, sketching. So that's what this one will be used for. I don't know what the copyright of this one is. 74, so not real old, but still neat. And then this houseplants book, I thought was neat, had some really good images in there. Now, how fun is that, huh? So, you know, I have great intentions of doing these, and I get so excited when I see this stuff. And then I go to do it, and I get kind of lost. So I need to focus and pick a theme and pick out my books that I'm going to use and start pulling apart and just get into it. Okay, so this is an embroidery book from Better Homes and Gardens. So I thought the images were great in here, and actually I love embroidery. My grandfather did embroidery. It did so many things. I wish I would have gotten a few pieces of his. That would have been neat to have, but I don't know where they're at. My uncle might have them. I don't know. Or they might have sold them or just gotten rid of them. I don't know. But anyways, so that's a fun book. And then here's another Better Homes and Garden. Plants. It had some great images, and I love the color of the pages in here. Super fun. So I plan on using these. And I was super excited to find this one. This is a newer edition, but it's an Ideals 50th Anniversary Collector's Edition. But I love Ideals magazines. So when I find them, I snatch them up if they're at a good price. So the images are just fun in here. So I think this has a little bit of every season. I mean, how fun is that? Ooh, I love it. Oh, there's a good spring one. So, got this book. And then here's another. Wow, this is cross stitch, but I love birds. And I do plan on pulling this apart and using. I just think these would be neat in a junk journal and that. So, and yeah, I'm not a cross stitcher, so I won't do them. But I love the birds. I wish I had the patience to do that, but I just don't. Not cross stitching. I can do some needlepoint or the other kind of needlework, but not a big, huge project like that. I don't have the attention span for it. So, and then these I got. This was at a different thrift store. This was a different day. And I don't have anything like these, but I do like to pick up old craft books. And so I loved the images in them. And I actually looked through these and try the recipes, and the craft projects can be great. You just have to, you know, update your, you know, use the fabrics you have, and they might look pretty gaudy at the way they did it, but you just use the fabrics and stuff that you like. So pretty excited about these, and I'll probably use them and then cut them up too. I don't know. So I got 2 of those. So, oops, sorry, I hit the camera. Okay. Told you there was a lot. There, I mean, this one thrift store, they, like this right here, was all in a big plastic bag. And I think I got it for 75 cents. So, I mean, how could I leave it? So this is some music. This is all music books. These are pretty old. And, you know, I've been thinking, not for sure, I have to do more research, of opening an Etsy shop and, you know, sharing some of the things that I pick up. But, I mean, it's just been a thought at this point, so we'll see. This was in there. And actually, I found my daughter, my oldest daughter, wants to play the guitar, and I found a guitar at the thrift store. It's nothing fancy, but for her to start out to see if she likes it, and then my other daughter, my 10-year-old, is interested in it too. So, so these actually will be good for them to kind of start and use. They have the bigger notes and stuff, but I'll coffee dye these and stain them and use them in junk journals. And it's funny because there was a song in here. My husband was thumbing through it and he found a song called Cindy. And then he Googled it, and is it, I want to say Ricky Nelson? Is that right? I don't remember. He actually sang the song. It was pretty neat, pretty funny. So anyways, talking a lot. So there's a bunch of this. This is another older one, which is cool. A lot of these actually were children's. Well, that's not. This is something different. But this is an older one, which is neat. It has some really cool graphics in there. I hope I'm not going too fast. I'm sorry. But I've got a lot to go through. And right now I'm just doing the books and keep shaking the camera. Sorry. And then I'll do another video for all the fabrics that I got. Oh, and then this was in there, which I thought was pretty neat. I will use this in a junk journal. It's a huge, humongous newspaper, but it's aged beautifully. So I will open that up and use it. And just some more. That one's an older one, which is fun. Some more music paper. Quite a bit in there. I mean, like I said, this is like, this bag was 75 cents. How can you not? That one has coloring on it. I'm not really in frame, sorry. But that's okay, I don't mind the coloring in there. It'll add character. So, bunch of music. And then there was another batch of music. This was a different bag, I think. But again, it was 75, 50 cents. And it's the bigger notes. Most of these are the bigger notes. And there's writing in it. But like I said, I will still use it. That one's pretty good still. And I think my daughter will use it to practice because we don't have any guitar music and she's just kind of doing it online right now through YouTube. So, fun. I will definitely use those. Okay, and then some children's books. I found this Disney's Walt Disney Adventures in Fact. I don't know what the copyright on this is. 1970. Not real old, but I like the graphics. And this one I will use up. These are fun. Some real images, and then you get in here and then there's some of these images in there. So, like that. Oh, I love that. Birds. How fun is that? So, that's fun. And then, there were these. I love these books. I think I have one or two of these that I had picked up a while ago. This thrift store had all these, and these were all $1 each, so I couldn't leave them. And these have great images too. So, I don't know what the copyright on these is. These are 1960 is the copyright. So there was that one. This is Boats and Cereals. That one was Hudson's in Korea. Labor Day to Matches. Thailand to Volcanoes. And Wales to Zoos. And the index on that. So, yeah, pretty excited about those. Okay. And then there was this one, Fairy Tales. This one's, the pages are pretty dirty. Oh, it's in Roman numerals. I'm not even going to try it. But I liked the images. They're just black and white. Those will be super fun to put in a journal. And then this workbook was there, so I thought this was fun. It's older, kind of colored, and some of the pages are done, some aren't. Most of them are not. So that will be fun. I did find a couple golden books. This one is in pretty bad shape, but I figured I could just, I tried taking this off, and this is on there, and it's so old that it won't. But I will just take some different tape and put it, I'll just cover it up is what I'll do. I loved the image, the book pages and stuff, so it was really cheap, so I couldn't leave it. And then there's this one. This one's not real old, but again, it will be fun to use. And then this one, I don't know what the copyright on this one is. 1982. So it's not real old. But it's still fun, right? And then this one I liked. It's Sorry, I keep shaking the camera. I have to have my camera plugged in, and I keep hitting the cord. I apologize. And I loved this. I love the cover. I love dogs, love animals. So this will be fun to make a journal out of, and the images are fun too. So that one will get broken apart. Okay, so, I did pick up these. These, again, were, I think this whole thing was like 75 cents. And I wasn't sure what they were. The cover, what I saw, what they had on top, was one of these, and it was a really pretty image. Right here it was. This was on top. So I wasn't sure what these were, but I thought for 75 cents, I'll get them. I can always cut those up. So the China Decorator, it's basically a magazine. People paint china plates and stuff. But there's some really pretty images in there. So those can easily be cut up and the pages used, and it'll be fun. This one's 1966. That's an older one. So, and it's just all pictures of, yeah, she had made a photocopy of that one. And then, okay, so that's the China Decorator. This is the Porcelain Artist, which is the same thing. But it'll be fun. I'll cut the images up and use them, and maybe share them. So I know I have plenty of them. So anyways, there's that whole stack, and then there was some of these in there. These are just some more kind of crafting. This might be painting too, but it's a different format. This one is too, but the paper of this one is different. It's thicker. It's actually nicer for the images. There was only one of these, which is kind of a bummer. I mean, look at how pretty that is. It's gorgeous. And then there was this book. So I'll use that. Coffee stain or coffee dye, the paper, and this one I thought was cute. Patterns and that. So I'll pull these books apart and use them in junk journals. Okay. I wanted to share these. When we went to Colorado this over spring break, to see my mother-in-law, her husband passed away, my father-in-law, about 2 years ago, not quite. And so she's downsizing, and she had given us some stuff, and these books were in there, and I was super excited to get these. These I will not pull apart. These were their school books, my father-in-law's, and actually I think they weren't theirs. They were my father-in-law's parents. His mother's, maybe? I don't know. The names were in there. She told me, but they're old and they're really neat. And they were there, so I will not pull these apart. Now, I might scan some of the images and use them, but the copyright on this is 1928, so yeah. These were their parents. There's this little book in here. Oh, how fun is that? So, yeah, that's fun. And then there was the story of the Flickertail State. This is from North Dakota. That's where my husband's mother is from Iowa. My father-in-law is from North Dakota. And actually my mother is from North Dakota. So this is pretty cool because this is Salem, North Dakota. So this would have been his dad's probably, or his mother's, I don't know. And elementary American history. Okay, so this, yeah. Is there a date on here? 1918. So this is pretty neat. These images I would scan and use. So that's neat. And then this was her canning book when they got married, my mother-in-law and father-in-law, and she's used it, that's for sure. This I don't plan on pulling apart, but I might. It's pretty trash, so we'll see. Okay. Oh, there was this little box I thought that was cute that I picked up. This is at the thrift store, and then I found some Rolodex cards, which is cool because I never find these, and some recipe cards. In this box, I thought this box was adorable. I remember those. Those are the kinds that I had when I was a kid. Now I don't know how old it is. It's from Target, but it's fun. And then I did pick up, they had a bag of index cards. So, and then this was in there. And let's see, they did have bag. This isn't books, but this is paper items. They had a bag, and I think I maybe paid $1 for all this, or $2. But they had this Nina paper, and I know I like to use Nina paper for when I color and draw, but even so, even if it's for just coffee dyeing and putting in my journals. So it's not a white, they call it antique gray. So I thought for a couple bucks I would get it. There's quite a bit in there. So that was in the bag, and then there was this in there, which is fun because it's aged paper. Definitely has that old look around the edges, and there's quite a bit of it. And then they had these sleeves, which it's not going to focus. A bunch of these sleeves in there, which these are fun to cut up and use shaker cards for, or pockets in your notebooks. So that was in that bag. And then some of these holders, these I probably won't use, but I'll give them to my kids. They can use them. The paper ones I'll use, maybe. Oh, maybe not, that's a folder. They can use them for school or whatever. There's a few manila envelopes, which we'll use, and another little thing of paper. So that is it for my book haul for right now. So I'm going to end this video. I don't know how long it is, but probably too long. And I'll come back and do the fabrics and stuff that I got in a different video. So I hope you liked the video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you like, and leave me a comment if you like. I hope you have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.